Welcome to another episode of Bulldog Blitz. I'm Don Hammack, Sports Information Director at Gulf Coast Community College. It's a happy A.L. May Memorial Stadium tonight after the Bulldogs defeated East Central 27-14. We'll talk with Coach Jack Wright about his team getting to 5-2. We'll also interview receiver Denzel Carter and defensive back TERRION Johnson. Later in the show, we'll introduce you to Mason Hunt, the versatile kicker punter from right here in Stone County. And we'll also take a look at the baseball team and their preparations for the 2019 season. Stick around. On the field with Mississippi Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. Jack, tonight, I think you said right after the game to the team, it was both halves, both offense and defense had good games. It was a pretty good total showing.
Yeah, good team win. We both needed each other tonight. We needed all those points that we were able to kind of punch in there quick in the first half. I had a feeling against East Central when you kind of go up on a team like that, a good team, you know they're going to make a late run. And I knew we'd need every point, and luckily we got enough.
What was the key early on? Y'all were really super efficient moving the ball up and down the field. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter.
You know, when we've been able to move the ball all year, it's been one really consistent theme. We've thrown and caught. You know, and when we've struggled offensively, it's been a drop ball or an overthrown pass or something that kind of kills the flow of the game. When we throw and catch, you know, especially sometimes in tight spaces, when we throw and catch, we've been really good offensively. And that was the case tonight in the first half.
Denzel Carter had a couple touchdown receptions in that first half. What did y'all see that y'all were able to kind of operate with him?
You know, we just felt like we were going to need Denzel all night. This is one of his, you know, in a lot of games you kind of look at a defensive structure and you think that a tight end will help. That was tonight. We knew he would be a lot of snaps tonight. And, of course, anytime you have a 6'6" tight end, he becomes a weapon in the red zone, and that's how he got used tonight when we got into the close.
Defense only gave up 1 touchdown. East Central had a scoop and a score for another one. They were really stout all night long and really held up until right there at the end when they kind of got ground down a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we've been getting great effort out of our defense. I really like the way that side of the ball plays. We've got a lot of really good athletes over there. I've said it all year. It's tough to maintain drives against us the way we're built over there. However, East Central did that tonight. They were able to convert some really key 3rd and 4th downs when they had to have it to stay on the field. They did that, so give credit to them.
Their last 2 drives ended in goal line stands. They were only able to score once. I think that says a lot about the heart, you know, conditioning and all that of that defensive unit.
In the second half, they were on the field a lot. Now, I don't know if you've watched us closely in the last couple of games, but we've been playing a lot of players on that side of the football, and that paid off tonight. We needed everybody that was on the roster on that side of the ball tonight contributed, and we needed them.
You're giving the guys a little extra time off because we've got a long week. We don't play again until Saturday next week over in Poplarville. What do you know about the Gulf Coast Poplarville or Gulf Coast Pearl River rivalry?
I've been in the league long enough to know there'll be a huge crowd there. There'll be a lot of hard feelings. There's a big rivalry. You know, on the coast, it seems like if somebody went to a community college, it was one of the two. And so there's a lot of friends that become enemies that one day out of the year. So I know it's a big rivalry. I've seen it on film for years and years. I know there'll be an electric atmosphere over there on a Saturday. So look forward to the challenge. But you're right, we're giving them a long week, and they need to rest. We're tired a little bit right now. We've got some hamstrings and some ankles, so hopefully that'll pay off, you know, as we get closer to the game next week.
All right, congratulations, Jack.
Thank you, Don.
On the field with the receiver Denzel Carter from St. Petersburg, Florida. Denzel, big night for y'all tonight. Why was the offense so good, especially in the first half tonight?
We really watched film on them, so we knew basically everything they was gonna do, and we executed well, very well. Like everything went our way. So we just had to keep doing that, and that's how we were so successful tonight.
You told me earlier that you were going to catch three touchdown passes. You got 2. You came close to it. What were they doing that allowed you to get some room to operate?
Really, they really wasn't like watching me at all, and we knew the play action would get them. So I just had to execute and run my route right. I knew he was going to find me. I knew the quarterback was going to find me.
What does this win mean for y'all going forward next week against Pearl River?
Oh, everything. I feel like it gave us our momentum back, and we going to get in the film room and get it right, and we're going to handle business next week, too.
You get a little extra time off with a long week this week. What are you going to do?
Yes, sir. I'm going to chill. I'm going to a game. I got a game, so I'm going to go to a game, watch the game, and just get ready for next week.
Congratulations, Denzel.
Thank you.
We're on the field with TERRION Johnson, sophomore defensive back from right here in Wiggins. RT, the defense was really good tonight, didn't allow a touchdown delay. Why were y'all so effective tonight?
Because last home game we gave up 38 points. In this game we wanted to make a mark that this is our home turf and nobody's going to walk in here and just beat us like that.
It was especially evident there in the last couple of series. They had a couple of goal line drives and y'all were able to hold them out on one of them. What was the key to kind of getting them stopped down there?
The energy. Coach told us to come out with energy this tonight, and that's what we came out with, energy.
Y'all's pass defense came in ranked first in the country. Why have y'all been so good this year?
I credit that to Coach Pollard. He works us so hard on pass. He says nobody's gonna beat us passing the ball, and they have it.
The offense tonight was really good in the first half. Gave y'all a little cushion. How does that help you?
It give us more energy. Just put fuel on the fire. You just keep going and keep going. And we love that. Defense love that. Offense scoring, we gotta get a stop. We love that.
Next week is Pearl River. What are you thinking about that?
I got a nasty taste in my mouth from last year. We got to get them.
All right. Thanks a lot, RT. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
No one should have to choose between their family and their future, between creating opportunity or acquiring mountains of debt. It's easier sometimes to just coast through life. But what if there was a place that made it just as easy to do more? So much more than coast through life. Gulf Coast through life at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
Gulf Coast has had a valuable weapon in the kicking game the last 2 years with Mason Hunt handling kicking and punting duties. Let's meet Mason Hunt.
Honestly, I literally played soccer and baseball pretty much all my life since I was 4. I didn't start playing football until 8th grade in middle school. And because of soccer, it was easy for me to kick a football. So we started one day at practice looking for a kicker, and I just went out there and actually did really good. And I don't know, I just fell in love with kicking. It came like it was natural to me. I used to play receiver and a linebacker in middle school, but after my 8th grade year, they moved me up to varsity just to kick. So I've just been a kicker since then. That was a hard decision. I love baseball, I still do, but something about me just being better at kicking, and I feel like I can go farther in football than I can in baseball. I just know Gulf Coast has a reputation of sending people to big places, and giving them an opportunity to play here would be great with a pretty new facility and a nice field, nice fans. It still felt like home to me, so that's why I like it. I like it, it's pretty nice. We got a lot of nice people around here, teachers help, and it's a really nice campus. It's been great. Yeah, he's a great coach. When we get in certain positions, he'll know when to kick a field goal, when to not, and I like him. He's a good coach. In high school, I was a pretty good kicker. I can kick touchbacks pretty much all day, but now it's like it kind of changed on me. I think I'm becoming more of a punter than I am a kicker now. I pretty much like to play like video games with my buddies, go fishing, sometimes go hunting with my buddies when they're home. I got 2 of them pretty much. We was playing South State in soccer against Gaucher, and it was about the 80th minute, and I got past the ball and I scored in the very last second of the game, won it. And then the other one was, we was tied 1-1 with Germantown in the state championship, and me and my buddy played a little 1-2 together, a little pass back, and I went to shoot it, but I accidentally crossed it, and buddy finished it up and scored, so we won state.
Everyone has a similar choice to make: to coast through life or do more. Take advantage of financial aid. Take a class for college credit or a degree. Take stock of your goals and work smart toward accomplishing them. and you can do so much more than coast through life. Gulf Coast Through Life at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
Gulf Coast baseball coach Rodney Batts brings back the National Player of the Year after a third-place finish in Region 23. His Bulldogs are playing fall ball, getting ready for the 2019 season. Let's talk with Coach Batts.
Well, we're halfway through the fall. I like this group. I like the bunch. You know, the weather's kind of played a big part in this. We've kind of been in and out. You know, 1 week we're in, 1 week we're out. So, but I like them. They're working hard. They're doing everything we ask of them. And we've played 2 of our fall dates so far. We've got 2 more. We go to Southern Miss this week, then we go to Delta State next week. So we're winding it down, but we still got a lot to learn and about each individual, but a lot to learn about our team too. Well, that's a good place to start, is having the best player in the country back on your team. And you know, Brandon had an exceptional year for us last year. You know, what he did, driving in runs, the home runs, but what a lot of people don't understand is the average he hit for you. He hit around 430, and so it wasn't just home runs. But you know, glad to have him back. You know, does he have to do? Is he going to do what he did last year? It's going to be hard to duplicate. But you know, Brandon's a hard worker. He's a level-headed kid. He works hard. So you know, just ask him to go out and just be himself. Don't try to do too much.
I just want to have another great year, and as a team, I want to win a national championship. That should be everyone's goal. I mean, there's always room for improvement. Batting, I'd say less strikeouts. Running, get my speed up, steal more bases. Throwing, I want to get my velo up. But there's always room to improve in everything in your game.
Well, not really sure what our starting rotation will be. That's kind of what the fall is for. You know, give everybody equal opportunities, and we'll kind of let it play itself out. But you know, we've got some good pieces coming back. We got Cole Kittrell, who had a really good year for us last year, who started the year out of the bullpen as our closer. And then as things transpired, he kind of turned into one of our top starters. JAMARCUS Lang, he's back, who ended up the year really good. Really came on midway through the year. Got in the strike zone, developed some quality off-speed stuff, so he's back, having a good fall. We got, you know, 2 left-handers, Nick Hertz, Truett Smith. Both those guys threw well down the stretch for us last year. Expect those guys to be even better this year. So we've got a good nucleus, you know, coming back from last year's pitching staff. Well, we've got some good arms that came in this year. We got Tyler Hoffman, HAYDEN ROBB, Dawson Hall. All 3 of those guys have shown us so far they've got what it takes to pitch in this league. You know, good fastballs, good arm, good off-speed stuff. Everybody has stuff to work on and improve, but you know, those 3 guys so far have kind of opened some eyes, have been really good for us. Well, Alden's as good a hitter as there is in this league. He's a competitor. He's a tough, hard-nosed player. He gives it 100% every day. So it's good to have him come back and, you know, man down that first base spot, which he'll be better this year. Last year was kind of a transition year for him over there. I think he's going to be a lot more comfortable at first base this year, although he was very good for us last year. But, you know, to have him come back, he hit in our 3-hole for us all last year. He'll do the same this year, and have him and Brandon hitting back-to-back. I don't know that there'll be a better 3-4 punch in the state, maybe even in the country, but you know, Alden had a really good year for us last year, and expect him to do the same thing this year.
Really excited for the team. You know, we got a lot of new guys coming back, or coming in, and a lot of old guys coming back that have a lot of experience, so it should be good.
Yeah, we got Cullen O'Shea back. You know, he was shortstop for us last year, and kind of transitioned him to third base this year. You know, I think he fits our team better, helps us out better over there at third. We got Miller Hancock, who transferred in at shortstop. Miller's going to be good defensively. He's a contact-oriented guy that can spray the ball around the park. He's got good speed, so he gives us a little bit of action on the bases. So, you know, excited about where we are this year on the left side of our infield. Well, we got Parker back in the outfield. We got Isaac Williams back, who was a mainstay in center field for us. Chandler Gunn is back, who played a little bit for us last year, left-handed hitter. We got some freshmen coming in who are good, and D. HAWTHORNE from Harrison Central. He's really played well so far this fall. Expect some big things out of him. And, will he play center? Will he play left? Really don't know exactly how that's going to transpire and unfold right now. Preston Stringer's back, who played a good bit for us last year and had some good at-bats for us, some good games. So, excited about where our outfield is. I think we got some depth. Tanner Estelle transferred in from William Carey, so I think we got some versatility in the outfield. I think we're athletic in the outfield and cover some ground, so I think we got a little bit of options out there. Well, this is the toughest league in the country, no doubt about it. 15 schools in the state. The MAC is really good, really competitive, and you get through our state, you have a chance. You got a chance to get through the regional, you got a chance to get to the World Series and make some damage. But our state's going to be good, it's going to be competitive as always, and from top to bottom, you got to show up and play. And any given day, it don't matter if you play in the top-ranked team or if you play in the 15th ranked team in the standings. If you don't show up and play, you're going to get beat. Finishing third in the regional last year is exciting. First we've made it in quite some time, but 2 wins away from reaching one of our ultimate goals, and that is Enid, Oklahoma, the World Series, and being one of 10 teams fighting for a national championship. We've got a lot of guys back from last year's team, so hopefully they're hungry, and hopefully they're a little bit disappointed in the way the year ended. Although it was a good year, finishing third in the regional, hopefully they're a little bit disappointed we didn't make it to Oklahoma, 2 wins away from that. So our goal, our objective is to work as hard as we can each and every day. So hopefully, we end up with our ultimate goal this year.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bulldog Blitz. Next week we'll be coming to you from Poplarville after the big rivalry game between Gulf Coast and Pearl River. We'll see you next time.